What's good, my people? It's your boy 336 Money with another episode of the 336 Podcast. And I'm here today to tell you that I am ahead, not up to date. Yes, that means I am from the future. That means your today is just my yesterday. Spoiler alert, ain't shit changed. Again, you are now listening to the 336 Podcast, which airs live on Sundays and Wednesdays, man. It's your boy 336. We in the building. We are happy, man. As you guys can see, we are in a brand new location. Let's make some noise for the brand new Lolo. Yeah, man. So we just moved in here. We're still building, so you'll see things start to change around. But for the most part, this is going to be our setup, man. And I'm super happy and super excited to be filming the very first episode in our new broadcasting location. So let's get into it, man. We got a lot to talk about today, man. So let's start off with it, man. Ma'Khia Bryant, man. Officers will not be charged in the death, in the shooting of Ma'Khia Bryant. If you don't know who she was a young girl who got killed about April of last year. So it's almost been actually one annex since that happened. And basically, officers responded to what we found out later was a foster home, reports of a disturbance. And when they got there, a lot of people was outside. And, you know, some of the girls had gotten into an argument. The police exited the vehicle, walked up. And it was at that time that Ma'Khia Bryant had felt like this is the time to show my ass. This is the time to act up. And she attacked two different women, pushed one girl down. And then she attacked another woman against a car, another young lady, with a knife. And it was at that moment where the officer felt to protect the woman's life that he had to shoot Ma'Khia Bryant. And he did grab his weapon and he released 4 shots where she died. And that's what happened. It was all on video, body cam footage, several witnesses. Again, this was in a neighborhood where a lot of people were outside due to the disturbance, and a lot of people was able to view. But this went viral. It happened in Ohio. A lot of riots, protests, and things of that nature followed suit with that. And just this week, it was found that the officer was not guilty, and riots and protests also followed suit with that. But I just want to talk about a couple things because I feel like the justice system got it right this time, man. Why did at that time she felt like, okay, the police is here. Now, this is the time where I'm going to pull my knife out and try to stab these girls while the police is here. I don't understand that. And a lot of people will be upset that were there. Why did you shoot her? Anytime you pull out a weapon in front of police, mentally, it's just not, it's not all there. Something that's missing. So we got to understand that this officer was trying to save that woman's life. And as far as I know, she's still alive. I'm not sure what type of injury she sustained. She was stabbed a few times. I mean, this girl was going crazy. Or maybe she didn't get to stab her. The officer was swift. And then you have this grown man. I'm not sure where he's from. Maybe he wasn't grown. He might have been another foster student there. But, you know, he trying to kick the girl in the head. And so it's like, come on, black people, let's do better. You know, we want to complain and we want to talk about why, you know, he shot her and this, but we're sitting right there. We have a man or a young man in the black community and he just lets these young women fight and she has a knife and everything is cool until an intervention comes from law enforcement. So we got to do better, man. At the end of the day, yes, maybe there was some other non-lethal methods, but I mean, she had a weapon in her hand ready to kill someone. And, you know, the officer had to respond based off of training. And, you know, that was just that, man. So Ma'Khia Bryant, officers not found guilty in her killing. And that's my unpopular opinion. Okay, so in other news, in Seattle, man actually crashed his car into the federal building in Seattle and then exited the vehicle. You can see right on the video that he exited the vehicle with a rifle and just started shooting at cars driving by. So imagine being in your car on a Saturday night and you just riding down, you just leaving from wherever. This is downtown at the federal building. So you riding through downtown, just leaving a nice dinner, and somebody just starts shooting at your car. And you like, what? I ain't got no ops. But the ops is lurking outside. They ready to come and they ready to gun you down. This happened, and immediately you can hear the 911 calls of people calling like, hey, there is an active shooter downtown, and you could just hear how the situation intensifies from the 911 respondent when she hears the words active shooter. Everything went to 1,000 very quickly, and officers responded. You can even see in the video people were walking down the street that they then tried to, scale back and run around a corner because this man was just out here with the gun. Motive is still unknown for this guy, as when police arrived, you can see body cam footage of the shooter. He was just laying down strictly on the ground, and, officers had him. They like to move in slow on these guys, take their time. So, this could have took 60 seconds for them to walk up and apprehend him because he had a rifle. Again, he had a weapon, and he was already shooting several rounds. It's not clear how many rounds he actually fired. But, however, they walked down on dude, and at some point, he felt like this is my chance. And you can see he gets up from the ground, grabs his gun, stands up as he's going to just go to war with these probably some odd 15, 12 officers. You got people on the front. You got a car pulling up. You got people upside on the roof. I mean, these officers had him surrounded. They had a perimeter force quickly. And they shot that boy from every which way, every angle. You did not see that part. They don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. We'll show you what it looks like when a black person get killed. But when we got to kill a crazy white man who just starts shooting at cars for no reason, we're not going to show that part to the public. We're going to keep that to ourselves. But whatever, they shot him. And I just say this to say, we can't talk about black people getting killed by police without talking about everybody else who gets killed by police. So it does happen. Deshaun Watson, let's talk about it, baby. Let's go. Deshaun Watson, his charges were actually dropped this week. Over 22 women have filed suit against him for different sexual allegations stemming from certain massages or any type of contact that they might have had physical therapists with Deshaun Watson. 22 women. And if you remember, this situation actually derailed Deshaun Watson from being able to play last season. And it sucked because it cost him a lot of money. It cost him a lot of credibility. I don't know. What did you guys think when you first heard about the Deshaun Watson situation? Now, with the one girl came out, I'm like, man, come on, dog. Just because he don't want to stay in Texas, now we coming out with these allegations. Because, you can remember at the beginning of this situation, Deshaun was unhappy with the direction that the Texans was going in. You had a racist coach. You had all this stuff going on in the front office, and he was speaking out on it. And as soon as he did that, they tried to attack him with these women. And now he fought that. He welcomed police investigation. He stayed steadfast in the truth. It always shall reveal itself, and it did this week when the grand jury actually decided not to indict him on these charges. Again, 22 different women tried to say Deshaun Watson did all these different things, from the massage, man. Y'all know how it is, man. These people in the NFL, man, from Robert Kraft all the way from the owners to the players, they like to get a little tug in that massage. They like to get a little extra. Now, ain't nothing wrong when you get a little extra. You make a lot of money. You feel me? And they massage you. You know what I'm saying? You. But y'all women, y'all need to stop. Stop trying to set these black men up and stop trying to set up these men, period. You don't hear about this type of thing as much with other races, but black men, we always getting attacked by little Susan and Suzanne who want to come massage us, and they want to reach under our towel and go the extra mile, and then they want to say it's our fault. I'm glad to see that Deshaun Watson was not indicted on those charges. He is a free man. He is very happy, and his team is very excited. And also the prosecutors, they agree with the grand jury's decision not to pursue these charges for all these different women. After hours of deliberation, we got the truth. And we got justice, man. So we'll see Deshaun Watson back on the field next year, as so many teams are interested in this guy. Even in my home state, North Carolina, man. Panthers on the lookout. Sorry, Cam Newton. But yeah, it's going down, and I'm ready to see what happens, man. Comment below, what team do you think Deshaun Watson's going to go to? Or what team do you want to see him on, man? Let's just talk about it. 6 spring breakers, they actually OD'd on coke this past week, laced with fentanyl, and they were in Florida for spring break. If you in spring break, comment right now so I know to stay away from you, because you probably got that, y'all mean. Y'all out there in spring break, you go to spring break to have fun, but some of y'all having too much fun, and these 6 spring breakers were having a little too much fun, and they actually OD'd on some coke, and it was laced with fentanyl. Look, Make the work great again. Make the work great again, man. If we gonna be selling the work, stop cutting the work, chopping the work, breaking the work, and adding stuff to the work, man. Make crack great again. Y'all need to stop it. If y'all out here trapping and you gonna trap the work, make sure the work is secure. You cannot, you see the rules is different. Back in the day, the main priority was the play. Because once the play is gone, your money is too. We got to protect these users, man. If we going to make money and benefit off of these guys, we have to protect the users, man. Make the work great again. One of the more interesting topics today that I would like to talk about is the Full Send podcast, man. This is another group of guys who have a great podcast that I tune into, also called the Nelk Boys, man. They recently got an interview with President Donald J. Trump, former president, but we still like to call him President Trump. But yeah, they got an interview with him, which that was mega, that was massive, or should I say that was MAGA. But yeah, it's like Trump's been gone and he's been banned from the internet. These guys found him. They got him to agree to doing a podcast in Mar-a-Lago, and it was super dope, super great. This was breaking every record for these guys' podcast. It's their biggest podcast, their biggest guest. Of course, you know, Trump, he brings in the headline. He attracts, he brings in so much with him. So in just less than 24 hours, they had over 5.2 million views on this podcast on YouTube. But guess what, guys? President Trump said in this interview that, you know, I'll see what you guys do when they come after you and attack you for posting this. And we're talking about, you know, election fraud. And, you know, we're just shaming Biden because we don't support, you know, how he's moved and how he's handled things since he's been in office and what's happening. We'll see what happens and what you guys do when they come for you. And they said, you know, we ain't going to back down. You know, we make our living off of, you know, standing on business, basically. So this happened in 24 hours. YouTube took their podcast interview with Donald Trump down because misinformation. How can you take a podcast down for misinformation? Whatever happened to opinion? All people do on the internet is say their opinion all day, every day. So where do we draw the line at between that and misinformation? They took these guys' podcast down. They took that interview down because that's going to cause a landslide election in 2024 if Donald Trump runs again, which he did not confirm if he would be. We have to fight against censorship and being silenced, man. Communism is really creeping into America at an extraordinary rate. And let's not overlook this, man. When you say something, your opinion, or you say what you think, or you want to give, you know, your end of the story, you know, these big companies and these applications that we use, they will silence you, man. So I encourage you guys to pay attention to this and fight for this because, again, First Amendment rights, you know, freedom of speech, it's all being challenged daily. And I just don't like it. I don't like where the country's going. I don't like where it's headed. I don't like the fact that, you know, if I say something that I feel or if I say something that you don't like, now you can silence me because I'm on your platform. But what about the constitutional rights that we fought for in this country, that this country is supposed to stand on, the principles that this country is built on, and it's just not there. And now the funny thing is it's not only affecting black people anymore. The fact that this country is not what it says it is. And now it's affecting white people, and it's affecting white people in power like Donald Trump and the Nelk Boys, and you can be silenced too. So this is what it feels like. Welcome to the club, man. So a lot of crazy stuff happened in this past week. You guys comment below. Let me know what you guys think about it. How do you feel? How do you like the space? Do you want to come on the space, man? Comment below. We can get you up here. It's your boy 336, man, with another episode of the 336 Podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss any of our episodes on Sundays and Wednesdays. Y'all stay sucker free out there, man.